Great, we can start. You have any question? You have any question?
Maybe.
No. All right, so this is the last section of chapter 6.5. And this is more of the application. So we are doing the application of polynomials. Application of Okay, so someone can read it for us, number 1.
Julia is going to launch a model rocket in her backyard. When she launches the rocket, the function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 32t. Models the height, age of the rocket above the ground as a function of time, t. Find the zero of this function that tells us when the rocket will hit the ground after it is launched.
Okay, so if you still recall how we were solving the application portion. So the first thing to do is to read. So you read the question, make sure you understand. Then you need to check what they're asking for. So in our case, they're looking for find the zero of this function. That tells us when the rocket will hit the ground after it is launched. When, so when means what? We're looking for the what? Time, which is t. We're looking for t. So you read the question very well, and then you check what they are asking. So they are saying when the rocket will hit the ground after it is launched. So our function there, h of t equals to what? Minus 16 t squared plus what? 32 t plus 32t. So it says find the zero of this function. The zero of this function. So that means this is equals to what? Equals to 0. So 6 minus 16t squared plus 32t equals to 0. Now, using the zero product property, then first what you can do here, using the what we did the last time, we need to factor out the what? Greatest common factor. And our greatest common factor there is what? 16. We can factor out minus, right? Minus 16 t. And then what remains there is t plus what?
T minus 16.
T minus 2, right? Equals to 0. So therefore, using the zero product property, then that means minus 16t equals to 0, or t equals to 2. T equals to 2. Now, find the zero of this function that tells us when the rocket will hit the ground after it is large. So therefore, here t equals to what? 0 or t equals to 2. So that means it will be launched at t equals to 0, yeah, and it will hit the ground at t equals to 2. So our answer will be t equals to 2. Example number 2. Someone can read for us.
I got it. Gina is going to throw a ball from the top floor of her middle school. When she throws the ball from 48 feet above the ground, the function h parentheses t is equals to negative 16t squared plus 34t plus 48 models the height h of the ball above the ground as a function of time t. Find the times the ball will be 48 feet above ground.
Okay, so the question is asking find the time. It will be what? 48 feet above the ground. So our function h of t equals to what? Minus 16t squared plus 32t plus what? 48 plus 48. So at what time, find the time the ball will be 48 feet above the ground. So this is the height. And this height is a function of what? T. This is a function of t. Now at 48 feet, what will be the time? So therefore, it will be 48 equals to what? Minus 16t squared plus 32t plus what? 48. Plus 48. Now, you solve this. So what do you get? You get minus 16t squared plus 32t equals to 0, right? Because it will be 48 minus 48 here. So it will be 0. So what you remain with is this. Now, this is similar to the first question there. So we got t equals to 0 and t equals to 2 using the zero product property. So then the times the ball will be 48 feet above the ground, t equals to 0 and t equals to 2. Okay. So actually here we're being tested on how can we use the zero product property. So it's not that hard. Okay, number 3.
Gianna is going to throw a ball from the top floor of her middle school. When she throws the ball from 32 feet above the ground, the function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 32 models the height h of the ball above the ground as a function of time t. At what time will the ball reach a height of 64 feet?
Okay, so at what time it will reach a height of what? 64. At what time it will reach the height of 64. So this is also similar to the previous question. So what do? So you say h of t equals to minus 16t squared plus 48t plus 32. This is equals to, this is equals to 64. So it is equals to 640. So what do you do there? So you say minus 16t squared plus 48t. You now bring the 64 to this side. So it will be minus what? 32 equals to 0, right? Minus 32 equals to 0. So you can make this to be positive, the coefficient of t of 16t squared, so by multiplying by the negative. So it will be 16t squared minus 48t plus what? 32 equals to 0. Equals to 0. Now, so using the all, so we need to use the steps that we did last week. So what was the step? What do you do first?
Isn't the product property?
No, before that,
GCF.
you look for GCF. So what is the GCF of that function?
16.
16? So we factor out 16. So when you factor out 16, we remain with t squared minus what?
Minus 3.
Minus 3 t plus what?
32.
Plus 2
2.
equals to 0. Now, we can divide everywhere there by 16. So what do you remain with? T squared minus 3t plus 2 equals to 0, right? We divide by 16 everywhere. So now we need to solve this. So we need to solve. So the product is 2, and the sum is minus 3. So what are the two numbers?
-2, -1.
So -2, -1. So we have t squared minus 2t minus t plus 2 equals to 0. So t plus minus 2 minus 1, t minus 2 equals to 0. Equals to 0. So again, using getting the greatest common factor there, then we have t minus 2, and then t minus 1 equals to 0. Equals to 0. So therefore, t equals to 1
And 2.
and 2. So t equals to 1 and 2. So those are at what time it will reach the height of 64. The time it will reach the height of 64.
So how come you wouldn't have to work, how come you just got rid of the 16? Would you have to carry the 16 down the whole way?
Oh, you mean this one?
Yes.
Yeah, you can divide everywhere by 16. So when you divide this one by 16, and you divide this one by 16,
Oh.
so it will be 0,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how you can simplify. But actually you can, if you just leave it like that, then you will still get 16 here. So you need to divide by 16 again.
And it would still be.
It will still be 0.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so who can read for us the next one? Number 4.
The example,
Oh,
no,
okay.
the product of two consecutive odd integers is 195. Find the integers, list each pair of numbers in parentheses, separated by a comma. Also separate each pair of parentheses by a comma.
Okay, so that is how, when you will be doing your homework in Udon, it will require you to do. So you need to separate each pair of the parentheses by a comma. When you're doing this kind of questions here. So you, like the previous one, we go to 1 and 2. So you put 1 and then comma 2, and then you use the parentheses. Okay, so the product of two consecutive integers, odd, in fact, this is odd. Product of two consecutive odd integers is 195. Find the integers, list each pair of the numbers in parentheses separated by a comma. Okay, so odd numbers. So odd number is like 1, right? So 1. What is the next one? 3, right? So what do you do to the next, to get the next?
Yeah, 2.
You add 2, right? So if we let x to be the first integer, then the second one will be what? X plus what?
2.
Plus 2 is the second integer. Is the second integer. So then the product is x plus 2 equals what? 180. 195. So when you open these brackets, then it will be x squared plus 2x. Then you bring 195 to this side, minus 195 equals to 0. So there you can now be able to solve. The first step, we don't have the greatest common factor there. So now the product is negative 195 and the sum is 2. What are the two numbers? What are the two numbers? So that number should be ending with 5. There should be 1 with 5.
15, negative 13.
So if we take 15 and so we have 15 and what? 13, right? So which one will be negative?
13.
Sorry, 13, right? Yep. So it will be x squared plus 15x minus 13x minus 185 equals to 0. So grouping this, so x plus 15 minus 13 x plus 15 equals to 0. So getting the greatest common factor, so x minus 13 x plus 15 equals to 0. Equals to 0. So we now have, using the zero product property, so x minus 13 equals to 0, x plus 15 equals to 0. So x equals to 13 or x equals to minus 15. So I think I remember doing something like this sometime back, where we said now we have the numbers x equals to 13 and x equals to minus 15, right? So this is our first number. This is also our first number.
Mhm.
So what are we doing to get the next one here? So the second number here will be what? This plus 2, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is 15.
Mhm.
The next number here will be what? This one plus 2, right?
Mhm.
So what will be our next?
Negative 13.
Negative 13. So the two numbers are what?
Plus or minus 13, 15.
So this one is 13 and what? 15. So you need to use the parentheses, okay? And then use a comma to separate them. So the next one is minus 15 and what? Minus 13. And those are the two numbers. So this is always a very tricky question. So if you imagine you put this one in your final exam and you do not put this, so the whole question becomes, you get a 0 point. It will be 0.
So you want it like that versus plus or minus 15, plus or minus 13?
No, you just write this one. The way the explanation is there. So you put this, and then use the parentheses, and then you separate with a comma.
Okay.
And then you put this one. Okay. You have number 5 there.
No, we don't.
I think I have it here. Actually, this is similar to number 1.
Say it's the same question as number 2.
Yeah, it's the same question as number 2. No, it's not even same. So says Guyana is going to throw a ball from the top floor of the middle school. When she throws the ball from 48 feet above the ground, the function, that one, models the height, h of the ball above the ground as a function of t. Find the 0 of, so 0 of this function. So find the 0 of that function. So this is the function, and then you come here, you equate this one to 0, and then now you get the GCF, okay? And then, so getting the GCF, you now get those functions. So here, you can see we have the negative sign here. So if you have the negative sign, then we ignore the negative. So we now take the term equals to what?
3.
Equals to 3. So we take t equals to 3. So you ignore the minus. Okay, so the next one is here, number 6. A reflecting pool is shaped like a right triangle with one leg along the wall of the building. The hypotenuse is 9 feet longer than the side. In fact, such a question can in your exam. So it can be like that. So you can be given something like that without the structure. Okay. So it says a reflecting pool is shaped like a right. So it's like a right angle triangle. So it's like that. It's a right angle triangle. Okay. With one leg along the wall of the building, one leg along the wall of the building. And then the hypotenuse is 9 feet longer than the side along the building. So if we take the side along the building as x, okay, then the hypotenuse is 9 feet longer than the side of the building. So it will be x plus what? 9. So that is the hypotenuse. The third side of the third side is 7 feet longer than the side along the building. So the next side, which is here, is, so we took this one as along the building. So it will be x plus what?
7.
Plus 7. X plus 7. Find the lengths of all the 3 sides of reflecting pole. So we now have the sides there. Now, what formula were we using to solve this?
A squared plus B squared.
Yeah, it was called Pythagorean theorem, right? So where we are saying a square, we can take this one as A, then we take this one as B, and then we take this one as C. So we say A square equals to C square plus B square. So the hypotenuse is the largest. So we take the largest as A square equals to the square of the sides, C square plus B square. Now here, it will now be x plus 9 squared equals to x square plus what? X plus 7 squared. Now, you now expand that one. So when you expand, then you get x squared plus what? 18x plus, is it 81, right? Plus 81 equals to x squared plus what? X squared plus 14x plus 41 plus 49 plus 49. Now, from here, now you collect the right terms. So x squared, and x squared. So what will remain? 1x squared, right? So we can bring all of it to this, or we can take it to the other side. So we can take it to the other side. So if we take this one to this side, so it will subtract one of them. So we remain with x squared, right? We take this one to this side. 18x, and this one is, so let's say this one has gone. And this one we have used. This one is gone. So 18x, we take it to the other side, we subtract, right? So 14x minus 18x, you get what? Negative 4x. 81, we take it to the other side, so 49 minus 81. What is 49 minus 81?
Negative 32.
You get what? 32, right? So minus 32 equals to 0. Equals to 0. So now we need to get the value of x. So the product is minus 32 and the sum is minus 4. What are the two numbers?
Negative 8 and 4.
Negative 8 and 4. So x squared minus 8x minus 4
Would be plus 4.
plus 4x minus 32 equals to 0. Equals to 0. So x minus 8 plus 4 x minus 8 equals to 0. So x plus 4 x minus a equals to 0. So x equals to minus 4 and x equals to minus 8 plus 8. So which one should we take? We take the positive one. So we take 8. So when you take 8 there, then one side will be 8. The next side will be what?
15,
15. And the other one will be what?
17.
17. And the other one will be 17. And that's how we solve that. That's how we solve it. Okay, so I think we are done with chapter 6. So we are done with chapter 6. Do you have any question with chapter 6? You still have like 20 more minutes.
Could you go over the cubes again, I guess?
The cube one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a question there?
He's about to. He's getting one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Could you do? Trying to read my. I think it's 135
135.
D
135.
D cubed X
D.
D cubed
D cubed. X.
X plus 320 Q cubed X.
X. So you need to factorize this on computer, right? So here, first of all, you can do what?
GCF.
Did you say this one Q or D?
D.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
And this one is Q. Oh, okay. Looks crazy. Okay, so we can factor out the what? One GCF. What is the GCF of that?
X.
So GCF is, so when you divide by 5, so what will remain here?
27.
27. So when you divide by 5, you get 27. When you divide by 5 here, what do you get?
64.
So 64. So therefore, we factor out 5 1. 5x, right? So we get 27 D cube minus 1 plus 64
Q.
cube. So we get 5x. So what is this one? So 3 D cube, right? Plus 4 cube. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like this. So this is like A, and this one is like B. So this is like A, this is like B. So you remember this. So A cube plus B cube equals to A plus B, A square minus AB plus B square, right? So using this pattern. So 5x is still outside. A is this, so 3D plus what? 4Q. And then the other one, A is 3D, so 3D square. So remember, you're squaring the whole of it, okay? It's not that you only squaring the whole of this. So minus 3D 4Q plus what? 4Q square. You're squaring the whole of it. So finally, 5x. Okay, so this is 3D plus 4Q. So that remains like that. And this one will be what? 9D squared, right? Minus 12D plus 16Q squared. And that is our answer. So you leave it like that. Yeah, so you have any other question?
I don't.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so long as you follow these steps, like you go stepwise.
As long as you follow steps, it's easy.
It's very easy. You see how easy it is, right?
Yes.
So it's so easy.
Literally, when you do it, when I do it, it's like.
Yeah, when you go stepwise, like the first step you do something like this. Then you go to the next step. Before you go to the next step, you need to have done something. So you go to the next like that. By the end of it, you are done. You get your answer. Okay, so let me see. So we were trying to last time we were trying to check your first exam, right? We did not finish it. So let me share the screen. Travis, are you still there or you left?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. You have any question?
No. Yeah, I know it takes me a while to get to the freaking little microphone on there, but I don't want you to hear me talking on the phone or anything.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Okay, let me see if I can share the screen here.
They're just unnecessary.
I know. Like, why do we need these? Who came up with this?
Yeah, I can't wait till I graduate and use this every day in the real world.
So,
Because that's really how I'm gonna figure out the lengths in my pool.
so Travis, are you seeing what we are seeing here?
We see it.
Yeah, I see the exam.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. We were in
Question 6.
we were in question number 6, right? I think we were in number 6. So the question number 6 says, find a point slope equation for the line through 1, 3. That is perpendicular and parallel. So each one of them was 6 marks. So if you do the perpendicular one, you get 6 marks. You do the parallel one, you get 6 marks. 6 points. So you remember how you were getting the equation, if this is, so this one, this is the equation, right? So there you can get a gradient because it's already simplified. So our gradient there is what? 5. So if it is perpendicular, then that means the next gradient there is what?
-1.
Negative 1/5. Okay? And then you have the point there. And then you create another point, which is what? X and Y. And then you form what? An equation.
Yeah.
So you now say change in Y over change in X equals to what? Negative 1/5. And then you get the solution of what? You get the equation of perpendicular. The equation of parallel is so simple because the gradient is the same. The gradient is the same, which is 5. Then you have this point. You need to create another point, x, y. So change in y all over change in x equals to what? Equals to 5, right? And then you get the equation of the parallel. So simple, right? Okay, so this one, how many ordered pairs solve the equation? How are we solving this in a very simple way?
Substitution.
So you can use substitution. So when you use substitution, you put it here. You put this one back here, right?
In the Y.
Yeah, in the y. Then you get, so how many points will you get? 2 points, right? So you can even check. If you take this one to the other side, okay? You do not even have to solve that because let's see.
I'm not that smart.
Let's see if you guys can see here. So we have 3x minus 2y equals to 2, and then y equals 1 over 2x plus 3. Okay, Travis, do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it says how many ordered pairs solve the system. So without solving this, not even without solving, you can take this one to the other side. Okay, so you make y the subject, so you get minus 2y equals to minus 3x plus 2, right? You divide everywhere by 2. So you get to y equals to 3 over 2x plus what? Plus 2.
1.
Plus 1, yeah. Plus 1. Now, you remember the properties of when we said you can get 2, you can get 1, you can get
I don't remember.
many,
Infinitely, yeah,
infinitely many, right?
correct.
So if it is one line, like the same, the two equations are the same. Like this one, let's say this one is similar to this. If that is similar to this, then it forms only one line, right? So each point on that line is the solution of the system.
Yeah.
So each point in this line is a solution of the system. So if each point on this line is a solution, that means there are infinitely number of solutions.
Yes.
But is this one similar to this?
No.
No. So we rule out that one. We don't have infinite number of solutions. Now, if it is parallel, then there is no one. There is no solution. If it is parallel, there is no solution because they do not meet anywhere. If it is perpendicular, then there is a solution. There is one solution there. Now, if it is not perpendicular, then is this one similar to this?
No.
It is not. So therefore, they can meet at a point, right? So you can say this one is equals to that. So you can say 1/2x plus 3 equals to 3/2x plus 1 plus 1, because that's the point where they will meet, okay? So what, so you can take this one to the other side and then you bring this. So 2 equals to 3/2x minus 1/2x. So 2 equals to 2, 3 minus 1. So x equals to what? 2, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So x equals to 2. So x equals to 2, and then you come and replace in any of them. So y equals to 3/2 times 2 plus what? Plus 1. So y equals to 3 plus 1. Y equals to 4. Okay? So we have the point 2 and 1. 4. And that is the solution. So
But didn't ask for like the solution, ask how many ordered pairs.
yeah, it didn't ask. So it's
So you
only
could just
one.
write- You could write just one order.
Yeah,
pair,
you can just write one order there.
And you would have got that.
Yeah.
Question, right?
And then, is this system consistent, inconsistent, independent, or dependent? So first you look to check whether it's consistent or inconsistent. So what did we say about consistency? What did we say about inconsistency? What did we say about the independence? So
Isn't it? It was consistent and independent, correct?
yeah, it should be consistent and independent, yeah. Or it can be, mostly it doesn't become consistent and dependent. Yeah, so again, you go and read. So such kind of questions usually appear in the exam. They give you, it's an application. I told you it will just be an application question.
It is.
So you need to apply. That was 12 good points.
12 good points.
So use any method to solve. So if you use any method, then you can use. I know you don't see this. So anyway, so if you have any other question, you can ask. Okay, I will send a quiz maybe today or tomorrow. Okay?
Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe not at all.
Oh, no. This week I'll send a quiz. I must. Because we have already finished chapter 6.
And,
So you guys, I need to work on your midterm and put it in is it Bengal web?
We don't get 100%, right?
So yeah, you can check it by tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just a combination of like homework and.
I might combine the homework, so I will see, because it doesn't even reflect anything in your
Right.
certificate or something like that.
That's good.
Right.
Well, that's good on the homework.
Yeah, so, okay, see you guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you.